Oh no, yeah. That's right. I wasn't gonna do this one. Craze, militia music, militia, hit lab.
She gets that money, shakes that ass. That's right, mommy, make that cash. She gets that money, shakes that ass.
The whole entire reason for the 420 show was kind of like a little get back. We went up there for a show. It was an E40, Drew Down. It was a pretty good lineup anyways. And he had gave me the slot that was right before E40, so it was like an excellent slot. We went up there, and one of the dudes that we had on the label at the time, it got all drunk before we actually went out on stage. So he's back there getting drunk with E40's DJ, Pizzo. And he got so plastered that by the time our call came up to go on stage, he basically didn't have anything ready. He was gone. He ran across stage, tore his shirt off, was stumbling to where it looked like it was like a circus act or something. We really didn't even get to rap. They had somebody else's music on, and he was so drunk that he didn't even notice it. The show was a fucking disaster. I had a lot of people up in Chico at that time too, so it was kind of a letdown for me too, because I was on a big show and it, you know, it didn't go good. So I left there the next morning feeling like, you know, I couldn't just leave it on that note, basically, because, you know, I had, like I said, a kind of a fan base up there, and I didn't want to leave it on the note of a terrible act like that. So what I said was the only thing close that I could do is that we'd have to throw our own show up there.
It's my nigga, Mr. Ecstasy, baby. Militia music in the house. What's up, Protege? It's the Prophet. You know how we do it. We finna blow up the backyard Chico scene. We don't give a goddamn. This my nigga right here. We finna do this. Bitches ain't never seen nothing like it, know what I mean?
We handled everything on the show. The ticketing, the backstage passes, the promotion, like I said. So I mean, everything was basically going through us. So by the time the show had ended up getting there, we still had, you know, get backstage passes. So we were running around basically that whole day. And you can kind of even see as throughout the show is, you know, my head looks like it's in 20 different other places, and it was basically because, like I said, we were handling security, we were handling promotion, we were handling ticketing, we were handling backstage passes, and I was being an artist and a label owner at the same time. So it was like all this, and then, okay, I got to go perform, and then back to, you know, running the business. So, you know, it was cool, but you can see, like I said, at certain times my head looks like it's in the clouds or not in the show, and it probably wasn't. I was probably thinking about 20 other different things at the time.
So what's left to be done before showtime?
Not much. We're gonna pack the house in and put the show on. We're gonna get everybody situated, get the first performers to go on. Then I'm gonna send my people to go get Yuck in there and Mac Dre, and then the party really gonna start after that. Well, the show was promoted, KRAZ, Yuck Mouth, Mac Dre show. We had about, I'd say, 4 local acts, opening acts for the rest of us. You know, Yuck was with me basically the whole time. He flew in and kicked it for a minute. Well, it got all the way down to the time when the show was gonna start, and Dre was nowhere to be found. So, you know, we had our people calling him and shit, and you know, they kept on saying, yo, we're, you know, on our way, we're on our way, we're on our way. Well, basically, we waited, you know, all the way into where they were their slot was, and they didn't show. What we were told later was he was waiting outside in the parking lot, probably till he could headline, probably till he heard Yuck go on, and then he could go on after him. But what he didn't know, since he didn't show up, I went before Yuck, and then Yuck, when he came on, that was the end of the show. After Yuck went, we basically shut it down, because nobody's gonna want to stick around after that if there's no more headliners. When we're all leaving out, Mac Dre and his people are coming up, and they're like, oh, Cuddy, you know, why is the show ending so early, man? We apologize, we were trying to get here on time, we had this, this, and this. And, you know, I'm basically pissed because we had already gave him a $500 deposit. So I'm basically telling him, you know what, whatever, just shoot me my money back, basically. You know, if you guys didn't hold up on your end of the bargain, and I even promoted your name, and you didn't show up, so, you know, you owe me some money. And then ever since then, me and Dre he always, you know, said, oh, I got a show coming for you, but I basically didn't like it. I basically looked at it as he owed me $500. And, you know, basically what happened to him in Kansas City, is basically the same thing that went down in Chico. So, I mean, if you're asking me, that's just another case of the chickens coming home to roost.
Y'all want to have a party this evening or not? Let me hear some noise up in here. Security guards in the front, move them over.
Shakes that ass, that's right money, make that cash. She gets that money, shakes that ass, that's right money, make that cash. It's like a robbery when we step up in the club, cause the second they see us, it's all hands up. Stand up and shake your ass, in your G-string panties or your naked ass. Ma, I got what you need, I can make it last. Work the middle or break your back, she can make the cash, she got game for days. Charge you 3 but do it free for craze. We rollin' purple haze and we high as fuck, and she telling me about how her guy he sucks. And the next thing
it was a great learning experience. I mean, we learned all the ins and outs of throwing a show and doing promotion, and we learned, you know, what to do, what not to do, who was cool to mess with, who wasn't cool. So, you know, it was really cool that we learned that. And then in the same aspect, like I said, we always surround everything with this Northern California movement and 420 and everything that we got going on with that. So we basically used all of the opening acts to come out of our area, which was cool because, you know, and Yuck was out of Northern Cali too, out of Oakland. So we basically, you know, really went up there, and it's in Northern Cali. Chico's basically as fucking north as you can get before you start hitting the fucking wilderness. I represent basically a movement of an area and a new sound and a new way of looking at rap or hip hop or music or however you want to call it. It's basically a new way to do it, you know what I mean? Not following anybody else's footsteps, not listening to any industry bullshit, you know, looking at the industry and kind of laughing at it most of the time than trying to mimic it. You know, if the industry is on this main road, I'm trying to take the frontage road, you know what I mean? Go in the same direction but a different route.
See, in the hole, all we had was right now. We didn't know what's gonna happen in the future. Definitely wanted to forget our past. But now all we had was now.
blood pouring, they pumping on my chest. This is why I call life the journey to death. Oh God, there's no more time on this earth. What about everything I thought I deserved? The mansion on the hills, those 3 lovely words. That's right. The bank accounts were skrilled, those lines of lovely girls. I was trying to make it major and really live my life. The white Gucci sneakers with the gator stripe. No more cocktails with my bitch or her licking my dick. That's right. Penthouse suites, 10,000 in checks. Now I can sit here and cling to all my past flings. That's right. I could be here now with the person that means more than my dreams to me. That's my seed. Tell her how life's gonna be without me. Oh God. There's no more time on this earth, but I'ma live my last moment for everything it's worth. Right now, we just speaking our minds. Right now, yeah, sure, we all could die, but right now.